Ooh, it's always a little bit of a moment when you think, oh my God, is the phone gonna actually sit still? Hold on one second. Let me do this. I really need a selfie stick. My husband will disown me if I get a selfie stick, but I really need one. Because look at that. You can't see. I don't want you to see my lights. Okay, let's try that. I'm going to switch that light off. That's a bit of a nodding, isn't it? Now, let's switch off. Okay. Now, hello lovelies, how are you? This is Yasmin from yasminvoragee.com, and I wanted to share this space with you in this Periscope today because I was reflecting last night on the work that I do with my clients, and I was thinking about what really makes a difference when you are working with a client. And it got me thinking back to when I first had my first experience of Tony Robbins back in 2002. I attended his Unleash the Power Within program in London. And I remember thinking, wow. And that really kind of started my whole journey in personal development and really understanding about, you know, how to create this amazing life. And in the work that I do with business owners and entrepreneurs, you know, this is what I really help them to do, is to really create a business that is realigned to them, their values, their authenticity, and it really feels like it's something that is powerful for them. And what I really remember, I suppose the one thing that really stands out for me when I think about what I learned from Tony Robbins is the power of a quality question. And when you ask yourself a powerful quality question, then you get really powerful quality answers. But if you ask yourself shitty questions, like why am I not getting where I want to be? Or why am I not getting the results? Or why is nobody joining my email list? Or why is nobody, watching my videos? Or why is nobody? And it sounds like my 5-year-old whining, and I hate the sound of whining, but I know I do it as well. And I'm sure, you can relate too. But it got me thinking about, well, actually, if you just ask yourself a better quality question, then that can make a world of difference, because now you're actually thinking, okay, so what could I do? What could I do differently? How is this serving me? And one of the key things that I love to talk about with my clients in my community when I'm talking about the concept of retreat to soar is really about taking that step back so that you can take a giant leap forward. And for me, it's so important to ask yourself really good quality questions. And as a coach, I've been coaching for nearly 10 years now. And I did that in corporate and obviously with my work with my self-employed people, business owners and entrepreneurs. And I really see the power of actually asking great quality questions. Like, recently I was chatting with a client and, he was really struggling with sales. And, and I just said to him, I said, how much do you love what you're offering right now? And he looked at me and he says, well, what's that got to do with anything? And I said, well, that's a really good question to ask yourself, because if you don't internally feel like, I love this offer, I think it's really powerful, I think it's going to be something that somebody's going to really benefit from, then there's a disjoint there. And the other person they don't get a sense of it. It's energetically as if you've got like a closed sign on your business, because it's, you don't really believe in it, you don't really fall in love with it. And this is something that my coach, recently had said as well. And she was saying that if you really are in love with your offer, if you really are feeling like, oh my God, go away. If you are feeling like, oh my God, this is the most amazing offer, I'm going to create this transformation, people are going to get this, that, and that. It could be anything, you could be helping somebody to, really master Facebook ads. Or it could be that you're helping somebody to really understand what their values are so that they can bring that more to life. It could be that you're helping somebody, mend a relationship. It could be helping your child to sleep. Whatever you're doing, if you really wholeheartedly believe in it, then, the sale becomes a lot easier. And so, if you're thinking, why am I not attracting the right clients? Why am I attracting all the people who can't afford me, or who, want X, Y, and Z from me, and I don't want to give that, or I don't want to give that? And again, you put yourself in a really interesting space, because you're asking yourself all these questions that by their very the way that you ask them, you invite really poor quality answers. And so this is something that's really powerful. And this is something that I suppose the majority of the work that I do with my clients is really getting to ask those questions. And sometimes they're not questions that you necessarily want to hear. I get that. I know that. And that's why that's what I expect from my coaches to be able to do for me as well, because I need someone to push me and to say, is this really true for you? It's a bit like Byron Katie's work, the work as it's called, and it's the question that she asks is like, well, is it true? And that's what we have to do as coaches, is really ask that question of, well, is that true? Are you, is your business on a downer right now, but it hasn't always been, okay? So one of the things that, people tend to do is generalize, everything is rubbish right now. Oh, really, everything is rubbish right now. And again, as the coach, I'd be stepping in and saying, so let's talk about all the things that are working really well. But can you see that it's the nature of the questions that you're asking that really help to generate powerful questions? And I remember, and I did Mastery University with Tony Robbins, and I remember getting this little card, and it was just something that you could put into your wallet. But it was a series of questions that you could ask yourself, in the morning and in the evening. So in the morning, it could be like, what do I really want today to be about? What's my intention? How am I going to be of service today? And, in the evening, it's like, was I of service today? Did I help somebody out of, the goodness of my own heart, or was I contributing today? But asking yourself really good questions, instead of saying something like, did I make money today? And you know what? Sometimes that question is not coming from a great place, and it's not a good energetic place. Instead of saying, did I make money today? And saying, was I of service today? And immediately your perspective shifts and you think, actually, do you know what? I really helped my clients today. I really helped them to do X, Y, and Z, or I really helped my customer. I dealt with that customer issue, whatever it might be. But if you just ask yourself a better quality question, you will get a better quality answer. And that's really what I wanted to share with you today. If you'd like to know more about me and how you can work with me as your coach, this is what I do. This is how I help business owners and entrepreneurs really take those giant leaps forward in their business, is by asking those questions and really helping you to reflect and think, where am I right now? What am I doing? And, we look at all sorts of things like around your messaging, your marketing, your sales process, your money, how you work in the business. There's a lot of things that we can cover, but it's with the very basic concept of retreat to soar. Take that step back so you can take a giant leap forward. If you'd like to know more, then feel free to email me at support@yasminvorajee.com. You can find me on Facebook, and you can also find me at yasminvorajee.com. So thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.